Okay, today's video is going to be on famous Scottish myths that I found, and I'm just going to go through a couple of them because they aren't quite long, but I still want to put them out there because as most of this series, no one really talks about Scottish myths, legends, ghosts, anything like that on YouTube, so I want to talk about it, even though not many people watch my videos. Okay, the first one I'm going to speak about is the Kelpie. Take care down by the water. There is a dangerous creature that roams the lonely lochs and rivers of Scotland. A conniving beast, it lures its unexpected victims to the water only to mercilessly drown them. This supernatural breed has even been immortalised in art. At the Helix, which is somewhere in Scotland, you will find two immense 30-metre high sculptures which pay tribute to the Celtic myth of the water horse. But beware of the real thing. Legend has it that the Kelpie emits a plaintive cry eerily reminiscent of a drowning man or woman to attract its prey. Others say it will sometimes appear at the water's edge, appearing gentle and berthed, urging onlookers to join it for a ride on its back before violently plunging them down to the watery grave. The secret of taming the Kelpie is its bridle. If you can manage to tear it off, the horse will subject to your command. For proof of their existence, look no further than the grounds of the ruined Vane Castle in Angus. Here you will find a hoof-shaped imprint on the sandstone near the riverbank left behind by this supernatural predator. It is said that in the early morning or at dusk, if you are still and listen carefully enough, you might just catch its mournful song floating along the gently flowing current. But venture no further than that unless you wish to meet your doom. Okay, the standing stones. When the first settlers arrived in Scotland over 10,000 years ago, it is thought that they erected large imposing standing stones. Why, you may ask? They may be big, heavy and made of stone, but what do they mean? And why do they exist? Many questions surround the clusters of standing stones dotted across Scotland. Now the standing stones, I will insert a picture here. The iconic Callanaes standing stones lie on the west coast of the Isle of Lewis. The stones are also known as Farbreig, meaning the false men in Gaelic. And many people believe they are the petrified souls of the distant past. Legends say that the stones were once giants turned into stone by a saint when they refused to convert to Christianity. It is also thought that a visiting spectre arrives every year to wander around the stones on the dawn of the midsummer solstice. Standing stones certainly start out unexplainably strong feelings. At the Ring of Brodgar in Orkney, people have been known to sit patiently and await aliens and UFO landings. On the Isle of Arran, it is thought that a group of fairies once sat atop the mountain Duranaich and passed the time by flicking pebbles onto the moor below. The pebbles became large stones and formed the 6 stone circles of the Maitrimore. For being Scottish, I hardly know any of these places. The next one is Selkies. Hopeless romantics beware. The Selkie is an alluring shape-shifting creature which resembles a seal in the water but assumes human form on dry land. The graceful Selkie may look astonishingly beautiful, but they can leave you lovesick forever. Eternally lustful, a Selkie will capture the hearts of human beings and then disappear forever into the ocean, leaving behind a few broken hearts. Yes, it's thought that both male and female Selkies can elegantly emerge from the water as beautiful people and have powerful seductive powers over humans. After finding love and spending years on land, Selkie folk will always crave a return to the sea, to their rightful home. In some tales, human hides the seal's skin to prevent them returning home to the ocean. Other stories say that Selkies have a moral conscience and return to play with their children at the seashore and visit them regularly once they have gone back to sea. Have you ever seen a seal bobbing its head above water? They may seem adorable, but think twice when you see them, especially in the waters of the coast of Orkney and Shetland. You might end up falling head over heels in love. Loch Ness Monster. When people think about Scotland, they obviously think about the Loch Ness Monster. What lies beneath the surface of Loch Ness? Stories over the centuries paint a picture of a strange dinosaur-like creature. There may be no conclusive footage of the beast, but the legend of Nessie endures still. Everyone knows the grainy photographs that appeared to show some unidentified creature emerging from the depths of the Loch Ness. many of them dismissed as hoaxes. But what explanation can there be for the countless unsettling eyewitness accounts of the Loch Ness Monster recorded over the years? I'm going to put a couple of pictures in of what the Loch Ness Monster is portrayed to look like, and then I'll show you some pictures of what, like actual photographs of the Loch Ness Monster. So I'm just going to put them in here. The earliest sighting dates to the 6th century. The Irish monk St Columba was on his way to Inverness to visit the King of the Picts when he crossed paths with the fearsome creature on the shore of the loch, which had been terrorising the locals. Making the sign of the cross, Columba commanded the creature to return from where it came from. The monster miraculously obeyed and disappeared beneath the waves. Throughout the centuries, the sightings have continued. Does a monster inhabit Loch Ness to this day? At 23 miles long and a depth of 755 feet, there's certainly more than enough water to hide in. Gazing out across the vast stretch of water from the shore, keep a watchful eye for the strange ripplings and swells left by the wake by some elusive but immense animal, and if you're really lucky, maybe an ink black hump or a slender neck rising above the waves. So, I don't know if I believe in the Loch Ness Monster. I believe there might be something, or was something, but I don't know. The next one, the House of the Binns. The House of the Binns is the seat of the Dalyell family dating back to the early 17th century. With beautiful views in every direction, the setting is blissfully idyllic. However, the house is home to several mysterious tales, some including the devil himself. In the 17th century, the house was the home of General Sir Tarn Dalyell, also known as Bloody Tam, an important figure in the Scottish military. The general made bold claims that he played card games with the devil on many occasions. The story goes that Tam usually lost to his evil opponent, but on one occasion he was victorious. The devil was so angry that he threw a marble table at him, which crashed through the window and landed in the sergeant's pond outside. When the pond dried up years later, a marble table was indeed found. The cards, goblet and spoon believed to be used in the game are displayed in the house, as is the restored marble table which stands in the Lake Hall. The House of Binns is now a property of the National Trust for Scotland and is open to visitors during the summer months, with the iconic Tower of Binns, walking routes and over 200 acres of parkland to explore in the grounds. So, some guy played cards with the devil. Illuminati. The Phantom Piper. The unmistakable blast of the bagpipes is a common sound in Scotland, particularly in our cities and at festivals and celebrations. But what happens when the piper himself vanishes into thin air? There are several stories of phantom pipers throughout Scottish history. A dark network of caves extends from the Cove of Grenin to the cliffs of Clonyard Bay near Stranraer. Locals believe that fairies live in these caves and no one dared to go inside and disturb them until one day a piper boldly entered the caves. He played the pipes loudly, accompanied by his faithful brown dog. The music droned on for hours, slowly fading away until it couldn't be heard. Suddenly, the dog ran out of the cave terrified and howling without any of its hair. The piper was never seen again. On summer nights, passing sailors have since heard the distant sound of bagpipes coming from the mouth of the cave. And that's it. That is all the myths I have for today. I hope you learned a little bit of something. So yeah, I will see you in tomorrow's video.